ゴアス様、また神チューブをご覧になっているのですか？
神チューバーになろうと思ってな。冗談はさておき、お前も見てみなさい。
What's up, my fellow Kamitubers? This is Ry Guy.
And this is Durgs.
Here with another episode of us talking good old DBZ here. Today we're actually going to be speculating on some current events. Recently it was just, the news was broken, at least on this side of the world, by Geekdom 101 about the new Dragonball Super art. You care to throw in there?
Absolutely. It looks certainly epic. If you guys don't know already, an assassin has been hired, and it's been heavily speculated that this assassin is no other than Hit from Universe 6.
Yeah. And I would say it's a pretty solid bet, seeing as, like, I looked at the picture pretty thoroughly earlier that was released in the Jump magazine, and it definitely looked like Hit. In fact, it looked like they were taking the images of Hit and Goku from the Universe 6 tournament and putting them on the poster. It was definitely back more in the shadows, and I think that really contributes to his character as an assassin, because this time he's not fighting as a participant, he's going to kill.
Exactly.
So we're going to actually see Hit's full potential here, along with another, I would say another good mystery. Like,
yeah.
The question,
who hired him? Exactly. But another thing is, though, like, it's kind of interesting that Hit is the one that's going to kill Goku, or he's going to try to kill Goku, because they had kind of a good relationship at the end of the Universe 6 tournament. You know what I mean? They both agreed to throw the match. And,
yeah, definitely.
Hit took a hit from Manaka, and, ended up losing that tournament. So, it's interesting that now he's going to kill Goku, despite that respect they kind of had for each other, you know?
Well, it shows his character as business first, personal shit second.
Right, and he's been alive for like 1,000 years, I think he said. So he's probably seen lots of people, and he's kind of detached from them. So.
Yeah, I would say he's a very detached character, even if you notice in the Universe 6 art, he didn't really mingle, like he just kind of went off on his own. And then notice whenever the prize was threatened by Frost, he completely obliterated that, put into a vegetable, like,
Exactly. And, okay, how about now we talk about, who might have hired Hit. And we were discussing this earlier, but I have a very good theory as to who hired him. And let me tell you why. I think that Vados, Champa's angel, is the one that hired the Hit on Goku. And before you say that, oh, she's neutral, she has to be neutral, she can't take good or bad sides. If you notice something about Vados' character, it seems kind of evil. When her and Champa were in the, I think it was either the beginning of Universe 6 arc or the Resurrection arc during the middle of it, they blew up a planet, and Vados was like smiling as she blew it up. So it
That's a good point, actually. The fact that Vados blew it up rather than Champa also would say something. Either it could just be Champa being really lazy, but at the same time, angels are supposed to be evil. They're not supposed to do stuff like that, as far as I know anyway. So that's a good point you're making, actually.
Right, and besides this being just a baseless theory, let me tell you something. The travel between universes, besides having the God of Destruction with you or the respective angel, you need to have that cosmic cube that they had in Universe 6. So let me ask you, how else would Hit get to Universe 6, or from Universe 6 to Universe 7, without that cosmic cube? And who was going to give it to him if they won the tournament?
That's a very good point. And it really dives further into it that it could be Vados. That is a very solid theory, because having them have to fight an angel would show us exactly how strong he is. And it's actually even open up into a fight of versus Vados, because I think we would all be very excited.
Right, because we know that Whis can't fight for either good or bad, so if he's fighting to maintain that neutrality, that might be a very interesting premise. So,
Fighting just to maintain the neutrality.
Whis.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Right, because she's upsetting the order of the angels, the balance, I should say.
And then that could get, we got one character involved,
The Grand Priest, the Armor King's assistant, angel.
I know that in the manga, they actually said that he's the most powerful person in the world.
I heard that, and by the world it means like all the universes, I'm pretty sure is what they're getting at there. It's interesting how these youth kids look, or like these people who look like kids, like the Omni King and this High Priest are the most powerful. So that's kind of a interesting design by Akira Toriyama.
I would say so. I mean, maybe the shows that this whole like it is supposed to survive the transition to adulthood, and that gives you real power. Perhaps I don't know if that's hitting me as Akira Toriyama fan too, but
Well,
it's my perspective on it at least.
right, and if you notice with like Goku, he's very childlike in how he acts, especially in Super. And so like maybe that's just a point that Akira Toriyama's trying to indirectly put into his series.
Yeah, or it could be Toyotaro. The
Right.
guy is vastly credited, I would say. He's done a great job.
Definitely.
Not only replicating the way that the anime looks, but rather.
Well, the manga, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the manga, right. Is he involved in the anime at all, or no?
You know, I think him and Akira Toriyama work on the plot points somewhat, but I don't think that he actually like does any of the art for the anime.
Right.
So that's Toei
Even in the
Animation.
manga, I feel like he does a great job. Because
Definitely.
He's actually able to capture panels rather than just specific images.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
They're very Toriyama-like.
Definitely. And so, going back to our topic from earlier, the next arc speculation. Some people think that it might be Champa that did it, or Champa that is called the hit on Goku. But that makes me wonder, why would Champa want to call the hit, and would he be lazy, or would he be like not lazy enough to actually do something like that? Because as we saw earlier, like when he ran into Beerus and Whis in the middle of space, he ordered Vados to attack Beerus instead of him actually doing it. So that kind of speaks for his work ethic. And why else would they emphasize that he's so fat and lazy?
Yeah, he really is.
Right.
See, I don't think it's really Champa because he seems to be driven like Beerus. Now, there's a lot of speculation on like if Beerus has any alternative motives throughout all this and could eventually end up being the primary villain throughout Super. But overall, it seems to be rather simple interests that these gods of destruction have. So
Right.
much as food and sleeping. So I would actually say now that Champa has his own Earth with its own delicious food, I don't think he really cares about much.
Right. Ooh, you know what just occurred to me?
Yeah.
Perhaps Vados had noticed that because Beerus had met Goku, he's gotten lazy and has got destruction duties. He didn't destroy Earth. He hasn't been destroying these planets. He's been all wrapped up in these mortal affairs, right?
Yeah.
So
actually.
perhaps him getting involved in Goku and wishing back Champa's Earth, has caused Champa to get lazy too. And in one of the filler episodes, they're even playing baseball together. So maybe Vados is going to be like, "Oh, this is such a joke. This is they're not doing their duties anymore." So maybe in her perspective, she's still performing her neutral duty by making sure that the balance of destruction is being maintained.
And how can you really argue against that when it comes to the gods and angels? Because Goku's kind of taken his personality into this new world without any fear of consequences of how these omnipotent beings might react. You know what I mean?
Right, he's all buddy-buddy with the king of everything, and we're about to see him in tonight's episode too, so.
Yeah, that'll be cool. That'll definitely be cool. I think Omni King's going to finish off the Zamasu myth, and then they're just going to move on.
Yeah, time for the next arc, or the fillers, and then the next arc, so.
Yeah, I can't wait for the next arc to come here. But either way, it's going to be fantastic. Just this whole... I was really pumped up by the Goku Black arc, / Zamasu arc. But, like, going forward, I'm hoping that it can not necessarily keep the steam, but keep it going in a way that actually is organic to the show rather than just consistent fan service.
Right, yeah, I want to keep seeing these new settings. Like, we've seen the future destroyed, and we saw it for like 13 episodes straight, just the, you know what I mean, just the destroyed background of the future Earth. And I'm ready to see some new universes, some new characters being reintroduced and elaborated further upon. Like, I personally want Kava to come back, dude. He's a badass.
Yeah, I was just about to get into that, actually. With this whole reintroduction of his, that's very well possible. Going to Universe 6, seeing Kava, seeing the plants. It's called Vegeta, right? Or is it called something else?
It's called Planet Plant, I believe, still. Well, I don't know if it's Vegeta. It's the planet before, the Saiyans turned evil, basically. They made that a point, but it's,
Then that would be Planet Plant, yes.
well, at least in accordance to the Bardock special, so.
Right. Is that canon or no?
in Kai, they made it canon because they had Bardock fighting Frieza in the very first episode. So I guess that plot with him would be considered canon. But in the original Z, it wasn't canon. But I think that I think it's pretty much accepted as canon now. Everything Bardock.
Yeah, definitely.
Him being a major character in Xenoverse 2 definitely cements that theory. So.
Right, because he came back as the whole time breaker Bardock as mirrored in Dragon Ball Heroes.
Right.
Online RPG in Japan, right?
Exactly. Yep. And who knows? Maybe Mira and Toa might appear in this next arc or something. Maybe they'll keep introducing new characters, and they might be the ones that call the hit. We don't know yet.
Yeah,
So.
we have no idea. Like, there's also the speculation that it could be just another brand new character
Right.
in order to hit. But obviously, they have to have some sort of motivation against Goku.
Maybe it could be that big yellow bear that Goku fought in the Universe 6.
I like how he looked like Winnie the Pooh too.
He did.
With a red shirt, and no pants. Like, it was great.
Buff Winnie the
It
Pooh.
really was. Okay. With that being said, all we can really do is stay tuned and we'll keep the speculation up and we'll keep discussion ongoing. But I do want to thank you guys for joining us for another episode of Dragon Ball Z Analysis on Kamitube with your host, Ry Guy.
Until next time, fellow Kamitubers, out.